Yeah, bro. So tell your girl, which should be your wife, that she is not supposed to be wearing blonde hair, bro. She got to understand her own natural beauty. You know what I'm saying? And when she come into the body, she'll learn the role of a woman, the role of a wife. You feel me?
Bet. So, I mean, I do have one more question though for you.
Yeah, bro. What's up?
So yeah, you keep talking about this, getting. I see how you talking about getting everything ordered and this, us ruling and stuff like that. You keep saying ruling like it's supposed to mean something. I mean, shit.
Get it in A, check it out A, get it in A, check it out A, it's going down A, mash it up A, mash it up, mash it up, mash it up.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You are now flying.
Where my captain at?
Southwest!
Wake up, moon outside, it's a party. Hop up, dedication, it's a party. The can't nut destruction, it's a party. Too loud, too lit, move with the body. Bible with the pins in a black bag. Dance, real fast. Zonovan book, yeah, I got that. Hold up, that's an Israelite starter pack. Passover dance with a staff in hand. Feast day show for a contraband. Dancing like I'm trying to see the homeland. Pentecost first fruits to the big man. Nobody party like an Israelite. Fist in the air like it's time to fight. North the kingdom trying to party with the Judites. Bop, 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 bop on my Benjavites. We ruling like Wakanda in the king time. Meanwhile, he told us work and party in the meantime. All the Lord feasts probably start around your bedtime. Dancing in the field like a band when it's halftime. You ain't got no wine, here, have mine. Don't talk about your sorrow, this a bad time. Look, I'm just trying to tell you that it's hard time for us to battle to this beat like it's drumline. Wake up, moon outside, it's a party. Hop up, dedication, it's a party. It can't nut destruction, it's a party. Too live, too lit, move with the body. Wake up, moon outside, it's a party. Hop up, dedication, it's a party. It can't nut destruction, it's a party. Too live, too lit, move with the body.
Slow time, just move up your body. Don't get loose.
Sheesh! Yeah! My people going to war. We bringing out the fire. Those heathens we ignore. Cause we know that they're liars. I'm reading in the we reading in the they reading in
Hey, shalom, brothers, shalom, sisters, Most High Christ bless. It's Officer Lemuel. Y'all are tuned in the scripts.
Reloaded.
All praise to the Most High. The song was so good they had to do it again.
They ran it twice.
Ran it back. All praise to the Most High. Who I got on my left?
Officer Shema.
Who I got on my right?
Officer Yakub.
Who I got on my far right?
Officer Karim.
All praises to the
He
Most
said that
High.
all deep. You saw?
Yeah, he was trying to get his grown
Trying to get
man
older
over
guys.
there.
That deep voice.
All praises, man. So we're going to jump right in, Officer. What you got for us?
Today we have the over-sexualization of our women. We want to look at our women through history, always being used as sex objects. And we're going to touch on two facets of it. The side where it was forced on us first, right, through slavery, but then now a more sinister side where sisters now are using it as a badge of honor and a way of advancement. Like this has become a way of life for them.
So you telling me that Hot Girl Summer has a history behind it?
Hot Girl Summer has a history. Yep, it definitely does have a history, man.
So they're using what they got to get what they want.
Right. And not understanding that that's, that they're destroying themselves, but some of them at the point of where they don't even care.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say, it's not that they don't know, it's that a lot of them literally don't care.
Right.
Don't care. There's two shows. One of them I've only seen because the dude Kevin Samuels on it, but there's a show called or podcast, whatever, I don't know, Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
And of course on the Kevin Samuel show, and then there's another one that I
Is it the two
probably may have
guys? They
seen
kind of
once.
goofy or something else?
No, I know who you talking about. No. I've probably seen it once, maybe twice, and don't really remember. But it's something similar to Fresh and Fit. A lot of these chicks, man, they literally, it is like they in another universe.
Right.
A completely different it boggles my mind.
Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, I see why the Lord has missiles that are coming to this country, because there's no way that you could carry that type of mindset, not even in the type of mindset for the sisters that as we're going to go through the show today, that's not even fit for the wilderness.
Right.
It's not fit for the middle of nothing.
Right.
That is a Babylonian mindset that is only meant for Babylon.
Right.
And it can't go nowhere past Babylon.
Man.
Part,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say part of the problem with it is our sisters think that they doing this on their own will. They doing this because this is what's being pushed on them. This is what has always been pushed on them. But now they just, instead of saying, hey, do this or I'm gonna beat you, they say, hey, do this and let's call it a hot girl summer.
Right.
Do it and put it on YouTube. Do it and put it on TikTok. And then they think they're doing it by their own will.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they doing it for a check, and we'll get that in a minute too, because a lot of the stuff that you see on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, in the whole pages, and matter of fact, I don't know if y'all seen, I forget who posted it, but there's two girls, and one of the girls, I think boyfriend, shot their father and killed him. And the two girls, this was over the father telling the girls to stop twerking. Hey, anybody in Dallas watching, just send me the DM me that, because I think that's where I seen it at, on one of our Dallas channels. But the dude shot the girl's father because the father was telling them to stop twerking. You got to quit your twerking career. Bruh. Because their whole page, I think it's TikTok. TikTok is the other one. Because on TikTok, they gain this popularity, they gain this following, and what you think comes along with that following?
Right.
A check.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Monetary
page
form, yes.
monetization. The pages are monetized. So every time they get a view, every time they get a like, every time they get a comment or whatever it is, hey, y'all text it to me at Telegram, I don't care. Every time they get a click, a like, a share, a follow, or whatever, that's money in their pocket.
Money in the pocket.
So a lot of these girls, they do it for a check.
Right.
A check. Dollar bill, y'all. And they'll sell it. Now they digital hoes, digital thoughts.
Right.
It's all digitized.
Yeah.
Now you got what's this what's the website?
Oh, nah.
God, dog. What is
Yeah.
it? Where they selling sex on it. What is it called?
Right. Well, because we old, you know. Oh,
I know what you're talking about. It's called, it's at the tip of my tongue.
What is it
man.
called, Shamar? You know what it is.
OnlyFans.
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 Thank
That's
you.
it. That's
Thank
it.
you.
OnlyFans.
Thank you.
I was about to
What
say
is it?
Craigslist or
What's
Backpage.
what's the
but, you
name
know,
of
that's old as hell.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
OnlyFans?
Yeah, OnlyFans.
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 I'm the only fan that ain't gonna be on that.
Right. Yeah, you don't
Right.
want what's on OnlyFans, because from what I'm saying, a lot of stuff that you see on the different websites, and I mean not websites, but all these different interviews and stuff like that. They all say, "Oh, I got OnlyFans. I got OnlyFans. Buy me on OnlyFans or whatever." I don't know if it's buy, but buy or follow on OnlyFans and blah blah blah.
Wow.
So a lot of the stuff that y'all see with what our sisters are doing is for money, monetary gain, on top of the attention. Of course, they do it for the attention, but when you can get a couple of dollars behind it, that'll change some things.
Right. Right. That's crazy.
That it
Hey,
entice them.
Go out of this real quick. Let's go to the video that officers is talking about. It's at the bottom. It's the last post. The last post. Oh, that's the article about. Okay, yeah, it's the article. Yeah, it's the last post on the channel.
The article about
Go
the
to
twerking
Telegram.
Twins.
Yeah, go to Telegram.
I just posted it like a few seconds ago.
Mm-hmm. That link at the bottom.
All right.
There we go.
Salute to Karim. Salute to Chizak for sending this over. We appreciate y'all. All right. Father of TikTok twerking twins shot dead during dispute over twerking videos. So you see these two. Oh, you said something?
No, I didn't say nothing.
So you see these two girls. I don't know how old they are. They can't be no older than like maybe
22,
19,
right.
20. Nah, I don't even
If
think they're
that,
that
not
old.
even 20, huh?
Yeah, I don't even think they're that old. But scroll down. So they're hoping. You see, they got the Gucci. I don't know if they wrap Gucci belts around their chest or whatever.
Yeah.
But you see, they got the Gucci on, the Gucci shorts,
The henna tattoos.
henna tattoos. Notice how they got these long ass fingernails. Notice they got these big ass eyelashes on their face.
Don't forget
hair.
the weave. You can't forget the weave.
Can't forget that long weave. Bishop went in heavy this past Sabbath on all this weave and stuff with these sisters. And so they turn into completely different people, man. Scroll down.
A man seeking revenge for a shooting that occurred hours earlier kicked in the door of the wrong apartment and fatally shot a 74-year-old man. Mobile, Alabama police say James Jones's death was a case of mistaken identity. Officers want to talk to D'Angelo Demetrius Merrill, 28, the suspect in the shooting. The shooting is linked to an earlier shooting that occurred at about 10:40 p.m. in the 500 block of Williams Street. Interim Police Chief Roy Hodge said James Walters, 47, was having a verbal argument with his twin daughters, allegedly over their inappropriate twerking on TikTok.
So, police chief, he said that James Walters was having a verbal argument with his twins, with his daughters, allegedly over their inappropriate. It wasn't allegedly. It was over they looking like hoes and twerking on TikTok. That's what they was doing. Right. Go ahead.
As the argument escalated, another man intervened and shot Walters multiple times, killing him.
So it says that the argument, another man said another man, I believe, was one of the girl's boyfriends.
The preliminary investigation indicates Mr. Walters produced a firearm, Chief Hodges said. The other individual produced his firearm and shot Mr. Walters in what appears to be self-defense, based on the information that we have so far. Police say a 23-year-old woman at the scene was hit by a stray bullet and is in critical condition. Hodges said the woman's boyfriend is Merrill, who wasn't at the house at the time of the shooting. When Merrill found out about the shooting, he grabbed a gun and headed to Pathways Apartments of Florida Street, where he kicked in the wrong door and shot Jones multiple times. Merrill was out on bond on drug charges at the time of the shooting. Police say he is armed and extremely dangerous. The twerking twins were not injured. The sisters, who post under the name, say they received death threats online. Death, like D-E-A-F? Damn, they can't even spell.
Yeah, because that's
People were signing to them and silent was saying, I'm going to kill you.
What?
Right. I can't say nothing because that's how I told. I say death threats.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Not
I actually,
death threats. I take too
it's
long.
death threats. True.
so I had actually looked into this article when it first came out, and these sisters, they actually like the stripper rappers too. You know what I'm saying? So they don't just do the twerk videos on TikTok; they rap about it too, just like Cardi B. Megan
They're
Thee
rappers?
Stallion. Yeah, they rap too,
Woo!
and that's what they rap about is that kind of stuff. So when he was having an argument, I'm willing to bet it wasn't just over the TikTok videos, but everything that they was doing as a whole.
Damn. So again, the love of money will push you to the point of selling yourself online at, again, I don't know how old they are. They 20-something years old. What you got, Officer?
No. I don't. Hey, don't close this down after officer speaks. I want to go down after this.
Oh, go ahead. You go there. Go ahead.
Hey, scroll down a little bit because there's a couple of. There's a picture that they posted at the very bottom of this article. Phone call.
All right. We got a phone call. Hey, Shalom caller, what's your name, question, or comment? Shalom caller, what's your name, question, or comment?
That's a deaf call.
Yeah. All right, well, let's scroll down until we till y'all figure it out.
So look at this right here, because then they posted this. No, it wasn't about no money, y'all. He saved me. My daddy gone, and I'm getting death threats. I can't.
Right now.
I can't right now. Kill me instead. It's supposed to been me. Supposed been R.I.P. famous twin them, not my daddy, man.
So I don't know if, but she did a live. I don't know if it was her or somebody else, but they did a live. They went live on Facebook or one of them, and that's what she was saying in the video. So I think they just transcribed what she was saying in the video. Because that's what she was saying in that live that she did.
Go down to the next thing they posted. Yeah, right there. So here's another one they posted. Now they posting a real hero. Go down a little more so we can read what it says. The last picture I took, comment, a real hero. That's what my daddy is, y'all. He saved me. I was scared, y'all. Help, we wasn't about no money. P.S. twin them. Huh? So they online.
Okay, I think we got the call.
We got the
Hey,
call.
Shalom caller, what's your name, question, or comment?
Shalom, brothers. Shalom, leadership. My name is Brother James, and I'm from the New York camp. There's more to this story than just what happened was the boyfriend and girlfriend were fighting. The other twin called the father. He came to the house, and he pulled out a gun. The boyfriend shot 3 times. But not only did he kill the father, he shot another girl, and she's in critical condition. Then her boyfriend went looking for that guy that shot it, kicked in the wrong door, and shot a 79-year-old man and killed him on dialysis. Dang. So that incident with that girl was more than just her father died. I don't know what the results on that girl that was in critical, but not only that, and the police said because the father came there and pulled out a gun on him, the man, the killing of the father is self-defense. But the girl that he got in critical condition, I don't know if she died, but that's what he's going to go to jail for. But the father, the police said that he defended himself because the father came there and pulled out a gun. So it was a whole thing with those girls. What they did, they basically destroyed 2 other people's lives, and the boyfriend that went there to kill it. It was a big thing.
Damn. So the daddy, another girl that was not a part of this.
No, the sister.
Oh, the sister got shot.
She witnessed her sister fighting, arguing with the boyfriend. So they called daddy. The sister called. That's why she said, "My daddy saved me," because when he came over, he pulled out his gun, and the guy pulled out his gun and he shot 3 times. Hit the father twice and hit another young lady who was in critical condition. And then what happened then is that boyfriend of that young lady that was in critical condition went looking for that boyfriend, but he kicked in the wrong door and shot a 79-year-old man that was on dialysis and killed him. So because they was fighting and arguing, and they did that, not only did the father die, I don't know if the young lady died, but they said she was crucial. But the 79-year-old man also died from that incident. So because of that argument, that whole catastrophe caused all that problem. So possibly that 3 people could have died from that incident that they did.
From the one incident, we appreciate your call, bro. So from one incident, one argument, and now you got all this death, you got families turned upside down, but guess what? The wages of sin is death. It is what it is.
Hey, obviously, this kind of spin back into the whole thing we're going to, because what he said was what happened is pretty much one of the daughters was arguing with the boyfriend. The daughter called the father to come over there and save her. The dad pulled out the gun to protect his daughter, and then the boyfriend shot her. So she wasn't, you see, you kept connecting the dots.
Right.
So she wouldn't be in a thought if she was married instead of out here hoeing herself around. Your husband, a righteous husband, not going to pull a gun on you. You wouldn't, all that situation would have been avoided.
Hey, get Sirach 26:9. Because that sounds like the point that you're bringing out. That's what I'm getting out of it.
Damn.
Sirach 26:9.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Because you remember the pictures of the twerking twins on TikTok? The eyelids and the whorish looks, right? Read.
If thy daughter be shameless.
So she wasn't shameless at all. So if she's not shameless, then she's going to have all types of boyfriends, all types of young thugs with pistols and guns and money. She's not going to mess with no type of broke type of dude. She's going to mess with a street dude that got some clout and some money. Right? Read.
If thy daughter be shameless.
So she was not shameless at all. Neither one of them. Read.
Keep her in straitly.
And her father, I mean, it's kind of hard to sometimes when your daughter get a certain age to rule over them like that. You know what I mean? But he wasn't keeping them in straitly. He gave them too much liberty.
Right.
Too much liberty. So much liberty it cost him his life.
Right.
Read.
Lest she abuse herself through over much liberty.
And that's what she did. That's what the both twins are still doing, abusing themselves over much liberty. Read.
Watch over an impudent eye.
Because if you don't, read.
And marvel not if she trespass against thee.
So it's nothing to marvel about. The scripture says these type of things are happen to a haughty daughter.
Right. Hey, and let's go into the videos. I ain't gonna jump the gun, but this is going to something that we're gonna show later with the fathers dealing with the daughters. But I'll just leave
Right,
it.
right. Hey, I want something too, because looking at this, yes, if we are as men, we are the protectors of our house, right? Our wives, our children, and a man, when it comes to his daughters, is very protective of his daughters. But if we understood what the scriptures tell us as fathers, and we see daughters that are living in the manner that they were living, right? Obviously, they're outside of the house, but they're the TikTok twerk twins.
Right.
I mean, you know, these are twerk twins, and they got 380-something thousand followers, I saw, you know, on one of the things or whatever. So these are well-known whores. And a father has to be wise even when it comes to his daughters. Like, you know, a child, there's a scripture that talks about a child being known
By their works,
yeah, by their works. So parents have to be willing to admit when their daughter is a Tatiana,
right,
or when their son is a whoremonger. Like, you've got to be willing to admit that. Give me a Sirach 16:1.
The book of Sirach, chapter 16 and verse 1. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons.
The Bible says, do not desire a multitude of unprofitable children, and do not delight in ungodly sons. In this case, do not delight yourself in ungodly daughters. Right? If you're a godly man, you're a man trying to live a certain type of way, then you would condemn your daughter from this type of a thing. And yes, if they called and said, you know, somebody's over there beating up on your daughter, hell no, you're not going to feel good about it, right?
Right.
That's your daughter, man. You brought her into the earth for a particular purpose. But she's an ungodly daughter, and you have to understand this. Keep reading.
Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Lord be with them.
The Bible says, do not rejoice in these children except they fear God. Except they fear God. Read.
Trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude.
Don't trust in their life. Why? Because the things that they're doing are the ways of death.
Right.
The things that they're doing lead to death, and he got put to death. He went over there. It's like chasing a strange woman in the book of Proverbs, right? It just happens this was his daughter, not a strange woman. But he goes to the house, and her ways led him to death, like in the book of Proverbs. Go ahead and read.
For one that is just is better than 1,000. And better it is to die without children than to have them that are ungodly.
It would have been better for him to die without these daughters than to have these daughters that end up being TikTok Tatianas. Yeah, we can.
Hey, so let's pull that up then. Let's pull up the which one you have first, the Kevin Hart or the T.I.?
Which one? Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's go to the Kevin Hart video. Because what you see that happened with this man, this is actually going on. This goes into the topic. Because one way that they over-sexualize our women, they don't just say, hey, we ready for y'all to be thoughts, go do it.
Right.
No, it's steps that they have to take. And one of those steps that they take first is to get the father out of the picture. So let's start with this. So if you remember a couple of months ago, Kevin Hart dropped a series, another special on Netflix. And this is one of the jokes that he told, and he got a lot of backlash over it. So let's hear the joke.
Turn it up.
Can y'all turn it up?
Yeah, we can't hear it out here, y'all. So if you will, take it back to the beginning and play it out here so we can hear it. But I hear him saying you got it.
Once again, I gotta.
Go ahead.
I like it. I don't. You gotta act like you do. I love this. I love that in my specials you get to see the growth of my fucking kids. You see their
Excuse the language.
They're getting older, man. Daughter told me she likes this boy named Matt to go to her school. Dad, I like this boy named Matt. Oh my God, he's so cute. He makes me laugh. I want him. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
Hold on, pause. Yo, you see, that's the natural reaction from the father. What you mean you want him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you got some of these moms, they be like, oh, that's cute, baby. That's your little boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see that a lot. Mama inviting a boyfriend over to take pictures. The daddy said, what the hell? What you mean
Start
you want
holding him out
him?
early, yeah.
You know
the
what I'm
father is supposed to be the one that shut that down. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right.
So I like that response. Go ahead.
I want him. What the fuck are you saying, little girl? Should I tell him? If that's how you feel, honey, tell him. My daughter goes to school, tells the boy how she feels. She comes home. Dad, oh my God, guess what? Matt likes me back. We're a thing. Good for you, honey. That makes me happy. Do me a favor. Keep it in the kid's space, though. Okay, Dad. She comes back home 2 days later. Dad, I don't like Matt no more. I like this boy named Rob now. He look better. He make me laugh more. That's who I really want. It happens, honey. Sometimes you think you like somebody, then you meet somebody else, and you realize that's the person that you liked all along. It's called life. Make it happen, move on, be honest with the other person. All right, Dad, I love you. Keep it in the kid's face. A week goes by. Dad, I don't like Rob no more. I like this boy named Tim. Instantly, in my mind, I said, my daughter a hoe. This is hoe shit. Hoe shit.
Hey.
That's the point right there. So,
Thank the Lord he got a clue.
right.
But we just do not, and I'm talking as parents, a lot of parents do not have that thought in their mind. That they think that that's just a natural part of life.
Right.
You just figure it out along the way. You know, you just try it out. You get on, you know, and then once you find the right one, then then the body count jump up to 15.
Right.
It's like, well, damn, when do we stop? When do you get a clue?
Right. Hey, so
And that's when she's 15.
Right. So his daughter, I believe, was like real young at this age. But notice he caught it when it was just in school, when it was just, oh, I like him, I like him, I like him. And he stopped it right there. Immediately right there, he realized, damn, my daughter might be a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't say, oh, well, she's too young. You know what I'm saying? She's, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop. He said, no, dang, my daughter is showing hope. When you continue watching, which we don't have to, he goes on to say, my daughter was showing whole tendencies. And he said, I had to stop that. So now that he did that, go to the next article that's going into this. So once he did that, we're going to read the article. We're not going to watch the video. So once he did that, let's see what the media did to him.
Kevin Hart has defended himself after facing backlash for describing his daughter as a hoe in a new Netflix special.
So hold on, let me pause it. First thing you got to see is the media put a spin on it because he never said my daughter is a hoe. He said my daughter is showing hoe tendencies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
The comedian released 0 F's Given earlier this month, a stand-up show that was filmed during the pandemic in his own home, as well as receiving, yeah, y'all get that?
Register for free to continue reading.
I can read it for free. I read it for free.
Yeah, sheesh.
All right, so I'll just wrap it up. I'll let y'all know what the article was saying. Pretty much the article, they did the same thing they did to T.I. because remember when T.I. said, yo, I'll get my daughter checks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Hart was saying, yo, Kevin Hart was pretty much saying, I'm looking out for my daughter's interests. What they try to go on and say is that he's, okay, there we go.
All right, is that where I was? Yeah, there we go. As well as receiving negative reviews from fans who are calling Hart unfunny, the new set led to criticism due to a section discussing his 15-year-old daughter's love life. She's 15.
15-year love life. What the hell? She ain't got no guy.
Right.
Hey,
Love life at 15.
They saying love life. Notice in his comment, he said, keep it in the kid's space.
Right.
That means he was saying stay in the child's place. But the media's been to say, yeah, his daughter has a love life. That's okay.
Right.
Go ahead.
The segment sees him quip that his daughter told him, "Dad, I don't like Rob no more. I like this boy named Tim." Hart then says, instantly in my mind, I said, my daughter a hoe. This is hoe shit. Hoe activity right in front of my face.
Right. Read. Go down. It's finna get to the point.
The comedian faced direct criticism during a conversation on the Clubhouse app on Friday night, November 27th, where he was accused of demeaning his daughter and bringing down black women in the process.
Oh, because we got freedom to be hoes.
That's the point right there. Anytime you say, yo, sis, you got to put on a dress, sis, you got to do this, they say, oh, you're demeaning black women.
Right.
I just don't want you to be a thot.
I don't want other brothers walking up on you like a hoe.
Right.
Yo, this dude over here to my far right, we was at camp on a Sabbath. I think, no, he was up teaching whoever, I forget. So some girl walks by. She had on I don't know what top she had on, but she had on sweats. And he was like, "We're trying to stop y'all from being hoes. Sister, you ain't gotta be a throat goat."
Damn, you said a throat goat. Oh, they don't even remember.
Damn,
man.
Throat sister ain't said nothing.
Damn. Throat goat.
Come this brother savage. Right. Straight to the point with the scriptures. We trying to stop y'all from being hoes and throat goats.
Right. The throat goats. Right.
Yeah,
Bring
bro.
it out.
He went straight
That
for the
brother saw
jugular with
spirit,
that one. I said, okay.
He saw
He in the
spirit on it. He saw
Yeah,
spirit. Yeah.
he was in the spirit. Man. He said the
Hey,
spirit
officer,
on
this is what you meant. Go to Leviticus 19 and 29, because that's what you meant. That's what you're trying to say, throat goats. We don't need no, we got too many throat
he knew
goats.
exactly what he said.
Right.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
Or to be a throat goat.
Right.
Read.
Lest the land fall to whoredom.
Because we got all you see up and down these streets these days is you can't tell who or who not is the whore.
Right.
Or who is not the throat goat. Because you can't tell by the way they dress. All these women seem to sexualize. They can't come outside. Either they come outside with their pajamas or they coming outside in their drawers.
Right.
That's what's going on now. Read, officer.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
And that's all you see these days. Wickedness. That's what we up against now. That's what we fighting against.
Right.
That's why you was out there bringing it out so strong.
They all crazy.
Oh, that's what we need.
And here's the thing. This is why shows like the brother Kevin Samuel. I was talking to one of the officers in officer in the riot in Corpus, and we have the same mind. The reason why this show is so popular, not necessarily because he's so straight to the point, which yes, he is straight to the point and direct, and I say, 60% of his what he's pushing is good. Marriage. I mean, that's the point for the most part. A lot of other stuff is totally unbiblical, but nonetheless, he's an unbeliever. Here's the point. The reason why it's so popular is because you hear the unfiltered, unadulterated, unscripted mind of the 21st century independent black woman. That's what you hear on them shows. A lot of times when you hear about them going boyfriend to boyfriend to boyfriend at 35 years old, I got 2 kids. Well, why you didn't marry him? Oh, well, it just didn't work out, whatever that means.
Right.
They didn't just start that at 35 years old.
Right.
A lot of them sisters that be having kids, they starting out at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old with boyfriends. Kevin Hart he wasn't stupid
Exactly.
when he put this together. Yeah, comedy or whatever, but I'm sure he was serious in the moment. Like, yo, this is some whole stuff right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Go to Ciroc 42. So the reason why shows like that are so popular is because you really don't hear, you don't get to hear the mind of the black woman like that coming out of her own mouth. I don't even want to say. Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 42 and verse 9. The father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care of her taketh away sleep when she is young.
So he takes care of her while she's young. So at 15 years old, he's making sure, who the hell Tim? Tommy, Tucker, whoever the hell else.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Yo, this is some whole tendencies right here. You need to wrap that up.
Facts.
Wrap that up. I'm gonna send your black behind to an all-girls school.
Right.
Read.
when she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age. And being married, lest she should be hated.
So he said, yo, I ain't trying to get nobody, have her lose her virginity 15 years old, 16 years old. Because imagine if she's pregnant at 15.
Right.
Then what would those news stories be?
Right. A lot worse.
Kevin Hart, he unfit father, allowed daughter to get pregnant at 15 years old.
Right.
That's how the story would look.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it'd be framed.
Right.
Absent father.
He's an absentee father. He's so busy on the road. He's so worried about his career. He's not focused on his home.
Yeah.
Facts.
Read on.
And her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with children in her father's house.
Lest she be gotten with children in her father's house. Kevin Hart's trying to avoid that.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I hope, and I haven't seen that video, but I hope he didn't give into the pressures of the media.
Right.
Because it ain't nothing but hoes that was reporting on this anyway.
Right.
If they had that type of spin or whatever, it's nothing but hoes reporting that anyway.
Right.
You know, really, what you see would have happened, a lot of our sisters, they got the spirit of Esau on them. Because when you bring out the truth about Esau, he say, what, y'all anti-Semitic. Then when you bring out the truth about our sisters, they say, y'all hate black women.
Right.
Damn, that's the same spirit as the devil.
Right. Right.
When remember, it was the Most High that said, don't prostitute thy daughters to be a hoe.
Right.
The Most High said that way before Kevin Hart did, or way before T.I. said it.
Right. Hey, go out of this, go again to the bottom of the Telegram and pull up that definition that's in there. Because this is a term that's popped up. I saw it first with the whole Amber Rose thing, the slut walk, right? But this is a new popular thing, man. This is a term that's actually out here, and people actually get on you about for doing it. Complete madness.
Right.
You said slut walk?
Amber Rose has a thing called the slut walk.
It was like a big event she had with pretty much a bunch of hoes walking down the street.
It's an
what it
annual
was.
event.
Right.
Yeah, it happens
Oh, it's
every
annual.
year. Yeah, it's an annual event. She does it every year.
Man. So
If we can get that up sometime.
man, our sisters got some work to do too, man. That Titus 2, man, that got to put in effect, man. We got to, sisters, y'all got some work to do, man. Y'all aunties, mothers, and cousins, y'all got to teach these young daughters.
Right. So here's the term that they use today, slut shaming. Slut shaming. What does slut shaming mean? Slut shaming is the practice of disparaging women and occasionally men for acting in a manner that violates norms regarding sexually appropriate behavior. These denigrations, which are often double standards, range from criticizing women for wearing sexy clothing or having multiple sex partners to blaming sexual assault and rape survivors for their attacks.
Hold on. I want to Esau threw some shade in here. That last part, that don't really go in there. Nobody ever says, oh, you're a hoe because you got raped. Nobody says that.
But that's what they. So if you see a girl, it was on the show last week, right, where they were talking about Felicia Rashad, and so a girl at a college party gets drunk, gets wasted, right? She's drugged up, she's dressed extremely provocative, and something happens to her. God forbid, but we know that it happens. If someone says, hey, he was wrong for what he did, but sis, you can't be drunk, you can't be high on drugs to the point of you can't handle yourself at these parties, and the way that you're dressed, you put yourself out there, sis, you've got to change that. They instantly would use this term against anybody that said that tried to correct the sister and say, you've got to help to avoid these situations.
Right.
It's called slut shaming.
Hey, this word is actually very common in my generation. Like, I've heard this damn word a lot for some weird reason. Slut shaming. So pretty much just to, if people didn't understand the definition. And for sister tell me, yo, I slept with 15 dudes last week, and I say, damn, sis, you a hoe. She be like, stop slut shaming, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they call slut shaming.
Wow.
Slut shaming.
It says for acting in a manner that violates norms regarding sexually appropriate behavior. So they don't want to be told nothing about their inappropriate sexual behavior.
No.
The hell is this? So they want to be hoes, and I don't want to be told nothing about being a hoe. I don't want to be shamed for being a hoe. I don't want to be corrected about being a hoe. Just let me be a hoe in peace. But then, whew,
That's they. Hey,
Let me be a hoe in peace.
Your
That's
dad,
right.
your dad end up getting killed. You end up being pregnant. You end up with 3 or 4 kids, and you end up on government assistance, or you end up having 6 or 7 abortions, but you don't want us to try to help you change your slut mentality.
right.
We trying to save your life, young girl. That's right. Go ahead, officer.
go to, I want to touch on something Karim just said. Go to 1 Peter 4 and 3.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 3. Read out. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
So it's going to tell you what the will of the Gentiles is. It says, for the time past of our life may suffice us, meaning may be sufficient enough time to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. At this time, we're talking about the Romans, Esau, the so-called white man. Read.
When we walked in lasciviousness, lusts, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries.
So all of these things was what Rome was doing out in the open. They had different, I forget what them things are called, but
Orgies and stuff like that.
yeah, but it's a place that they called it.
Like a brothel.
Like the
Brothel.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. All types of brothels where they was doing this stuff out in the open. And guess what? If you was in Rome, you was living like a Roman. If you was in Greece, you was living like a Greek.
You was Corinth.
If you was in Corinth, you was living like a Corinthian. Right. And guess what? Whatever sexual actions they was doing, the dominant society was doing at the time. Guess what? That's what you was doing too. So Peter said, "Yo, y'all spent enough time doing that stuff, because even way back when, our forefathers was dealing with the same thing we dealing with today. You had a lot of, they didn't want to be corrected about that stuff. They didn't want to be They didn't call it slut shaming at that time, but it's the same thing. Right. This is all a will of Esau. That's why they monetize this stuff.
Right.
You making big money off of twerk videos. You making big money off of talking about OnlyFans.
Right.
Which is nothing more than a porn site. Mm-hmm. That's what you monetize sex. Sex sells in Babylon the Great.
Right.
And you will do whatever you got to do to get to it. To get to the bag.
Right.
Ain't that what they talking about now?
What they say now.
Get to the bag.
You want to get to the bag. You want to get the racks or the stacks or the track, whatever the hell y'all be calling it.
Right.
That's what you do. Sell your body. That's the fastest way to get to it.
And we'll read verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
So they'll speak evil of you for having having a norm regarding sexually appropriate behavior. Mm-hmm. That means you have a standard.
Right.
So they will sit up and shame you for having a standard and say, you cannot force your standards on me.
Right.
Because when it says norms, it's really talking about standards.
Mm-hmm.
That violates the standard regarding sexually appropriate behavior.
Right. Right.
And the thing is that Esau, when we say Esau, we're talking about America. We're talking about the so-called white man. And guess what? They have no standards.
Right.
They have no standards at all. And long as we follow them, we're going to end up in the same trap they in. That's why we got to come back to the Most High. We got to come back to our history book, which is the Bible.
That's right. Right. That's right.
Because we're the Israelites.
Right.
That's the point.
Hey, can I get Proverbs 7 and 10? Because when you read the definition, it says slut shaming is pretty much the same when you talk about the clothing that a woman wears. Can we read that?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot.
So the Lord said, I met him a woman with the attire of an harlot. Right. So guess what? The Lord said, if you dress a certain way, that's an attire. That's how
dressed like a hoe.
God be slut shaming.
Right. Well, and that's how they speak evil of you, because they come up with little terms like this, slut shaming, right? They come up with little terms to place on you, because then that becomes the trigger word for others that are around to begin to persecute you as well, right? It's kind of like those that use that term anti-Semitism.
Right.
Trigger word. Right. So then everybody looks at you, they say, oh, slut shaming, that's bad. And it's like, enemy.
Now you the bad. Now you the bad guy for trying to do good.
Right. You're like, what the hell? Bruh. I'm trying to help.
Go to Sirach 19 and 29.
The book of Sirach.
Because a slut is going to look like a slut. And she's shaming her own doggone self.
Right.
The book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 29. A man may be known by his look.
Or a woman may be known by her looks. If my house is on fire, I don't need somebody in a police outfit. I need somebody in the fire department with a red helmet on. I need a big fire truck in front of my house.
Right.
Read.
And one that hath understanding by his countenance when thou meetest him. A man's attire and a sense of laughter and gait show what he is.
So, sis, if you dressing with your butt cheeks all out, with them Daisy Dukes on, or them apple bottoms, which the apple must have didn't fall far from the tree, you must have got it from your mama. If you dressing like that, and in the summertime, you at the beach, half naked or naked, you can't really tell now. That's when you at the beach, you can't even take your kids to the beach no more. It's the norm now to not even cover your kids' eyes. You're like, well, they done seen it already.
Right.
That's a
And so
hey,
that's what you are. You might be a slut from the way you dress.
Yeah. And it's heavy what you just said there, because that simple thought, oh, well, they've seen it already, is a major component to why there's over-sexualization and an insatiable nature in our children, and our daughters in this case that we're speaking about, because they see it on the streets, and then you don't correct it by saying, hey, you know the scriptures say that that's not what we're supposed to do, right? Yeah, Daddy, that's what the scripture says. You remember the scripture I taught you about that? Yes, sir. And have her to repeat the scriptures to you. That way you know that she's uploaded the laws of God into her mind, right? She's got it written on her heart. So when she sees a slut, she identifies that, hey, that's a slut. I'm not a slut. I'm a daughter of Sarah. I'm a princess of the Most High God.
That's right.
I don't dress like that. We don't act like that.
Right.
And that's what you want her to know. But we can't make it like it's a norm, like, yeah, you know, hey, they already see it, which is what many parents do today.
So Revelations 18 and 4. Let's get that real quick. Revelations 18 and 4, just to go along with what you said. Because that's the thing. If we don't teach our kids, right, hey, they're going to fall into the same thing that we did. We fell into it also. Right. Just so happened the Most High, through his word, got us up. We came up out of it. Read what you got, Officer.
The book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
When it said come out of her, come out of that slut mentality, that dressing over sexually in that promiscuous behavior, all that stuff. Come out of that. Read.
Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins.
Because the wages of sin is death. I have to go back to that father. With the way his daughters was acting, he got death because of that. That caused his death. That literally caused his death. That's literally what the Most High is saying. He's not saying come out of her, meaning leave America and go somewhere else. Because listen, Esau done took over the whole world. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. They even trying to cause the Ishmaelites, which is the Muslims, to dress provocative. They over there fighting for their independence, want to be like Western American women. And they getting depth over there because they ain't having it. Read.
That you be not partakers of her sins.
So we won't come up to this slut behavior. We don't want to be partakers of this. I don't want my daughter out there at the strip club swinging on no pole or being no TikTok dot or no throat goat. Officer Throat Goat, man, that's going to stick with me for a minute.
Hey, don't call me Officer Throat Goat, bro. That's a pause.
No. It ain't going to go down. We ain't going to do that one. We ain't going to do that one. But you coined the phrase, man.
Come on, man.
All praises, man.
But that's what that is, man. We don't want our kids to come. That's why we teach our kids, so they can come up, so they won't be partakers of it, and so we can teach other kids to come up out that behavior. Go ahead, officer.
You had something, officer? Oh. I can't find it. All right, let's go out of this. We're gonna go to the video, hoes being hoes.
Hoes being hoes.
Yeah. Let's go to the video, hoes being hoes.
Because remember the point of slut shaming, this video go with that. Slut shaming gave you all the ways that, you know what I'm saying, that they define it.
Right. Now, again, language. Language. If you are, if your ears are holier than thou, then the language is going to offend you, all right? So send your beautiful kids out of the room and let it play. And pay attention to
Okay, listen. So the other day,
pay attention to the timestamps, y'all.
I was thinking about something that I've always wondered my entire life. Do hoes actually know that they're hoes? Because before I had social media, I never knew that there were so many hoes in denial. So the other day, I'm scrolling through my Instagram and I see this girl post this meme.
He said so many hoes in denial.
So many hoes in denial.
They really in denial.
Yeah. The reason, because some of them, like the 2 points, right? The 2 underlying points of the show. Some of them aren't actually in denial. Now it's become so normal to be a hoe that hoism is accepted. Hoism is acceptable in Babylon the Great. So not all of them don't realize it. Some of them realize that they hoes, and they proud hoes.
They yes.
Wear it on their back. Yeah.
The scriptures tell us even thyself would discontinue from our heritage.
Right.
And so since we don't teach our kids what a hoe look like, guess what? They look like a hoe and don't even know.
Man. Damn. Drop that bomb again. Sheesh.
Press play.
That says there's no such thing as a hoe. People just like to fuck. Get over it. And I don't think she got the outcome she expected because the first dude that commented said, all right, so what you trying to do? And that first dude that commented was me. I'm trying to get in where I fit in, you know? And what you expect niggas to do? Give you a compliment? No, that's not an achievement. That's an opportunity. There was no other girls on there commenting, trying to cheer her on or anything like that because y'all know the truth. You look like a hoe posting some shit like that. Y'all hoes get to listening to y'all fairy thought mother Amber Rose and get to thinking with a wave of her magical wand that it just erases your body count. Dang. No, bitch. If your body count is...
He said very thought mother.
Hey, he pretty much saying just because you embrace it, don't erase your body count.
Yeah, right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
You still a hoe.
You still a hoe.
Go ahead.
The truth. You look like a hoe posting some shit like that. Y'all hoes get to listening to y'all fairy thought mother Amber Rose and get to thinking with a wave of her magical wand that it just erases your body count. No, bitch. If your body count is more than enough to get the canines of Call of Duty, then you're a hoe. Then y'all want to get mad at us for calling y'all hoes, trying to say we're slut shaming y'all. No, we just calling y'all what y'all are. Bro, I still cannot believe Amber Rose, Thought and Luther Queen Jr. orchestrated an entire million thought march for y'all hoes to be proud to be hoes. How can y'all be?
Hold on. He said Thought and Luther Queen Jr. Thought and Luther Queen Jr.
Hey, wow. He said that because he organized a million thought march or whatever it's called.
Wow.
Yo.
That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
Go to get the scripture. Don't learn it. Don't follow after the heathen. Don't envy the heathen. Envy that not.
Proverbs.
Oh, yeah, Proverbs. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Damn. Thought and Luther Queen Jr. Damn.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
I read that because keep in mind, what's her name?
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose?
No.
Oh, Amber Thoughton King Jr.?
Thought Luther King
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah, Thought and Luther King Jr.
Amber Thoughton Luther King.
The very thought mother.
Yeah.
Very thought mother.
A.K.A. Amber Rose.
Damn.
She's a heathen, keep in mind. So you got all of our sisters. I guarantee you 90% of that march was black women.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
From the ages of 15 and up.
Right.
Probably younger than that.
Yeah.
Marching through the streets, hoeing it up, dirtying up the streets.
Right.
That's they super thought role.
That's they super what?
Thought role. They like the superhero, but super thought hero.
Damn.
Super thought role.
Damn.
Super Thought Rose.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the Lord said, don't envy them and don't choose none of their ways. But what do? We'll take black people, when we sin, oh man, we go so much further than these heathens. The heathens will say, okay, now wearing a bra, you can wear a bra out in public. We'll go into, he gonna say it? We'll say, yeah, but I like see-through. So that's gonna be the new style.
Yep.
See-through bras. Wait, but we didn't say that. We said you wear bras. We didn't say nothing about see-through.
Right.
You see your areolas and all this other
And
stuff.
it's gonna be another sister that come behind that and just cover the areolas. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Then you gonna have one come behind her and ain't gonna have nothing.
Ain't gonna have nothing.
She gonna cover the what, officer?
Those things that
The
areolas.
guy.
Yeah.
The Oreolas.
Yeah, the areolas. The areolas.
Lord have mercy.
That what you call 'em?
Man, I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah,
there was
Remember
so
what Mike Judah said.
General
it was,
parables, officer.
But to show how real that is, though, there was a sister at camp some months back, last year, and the sister came out, and you know how women wear the lingerie, and it'll be like a like a sheer see-through top to go with the top and the bottom or whatever. She came out to go to the meat market in just the cover. The top and the bottom wasn't even with it. She was just out with the sheer see-through cover-up for the drawers and the bra. And she's walking the street like that, like just normal.
Because she free. Babylon the Great. You're free.
Right.
You free. You an independent woman.
I am free.
Yeah, right. Hey, I've been asking for that sound bite for like a year, man. What is it? Yeah, right. You see, come on, man.
All right, play on.
Yeah, go to the
Amber Rose.
timestamp yet?
Thought and Luther Queen Jr. orchestrated an entire million thought march for y'all hoes to be proud to be hoes? How can y'all be proud to be hoes but want us to call y'all everything but a hoe? I'm a sexual being. No, you are a sexual tool. Niggas use you for that vag. I'm just exploring my sexuality. No. What the fuck is this, the Chronicles of Thotney or something? No, bitch, you're a hoe.
Hello. Hey, that's what they be saying. They be like, I'm just exploring my sexuality.
He said the Chronicles of
Thotney.
Oh,
he
man.
going in, yo.
Hey, that's on point,
I'm going
yo.
to watch
That's
this
what
whole
they,
thing later.
Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff they be saying.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
I don't get why y'all want it to be so acceptable to be hoes. Even the way y'all are dressing nowadays. Girls will come out the crib half naked and expect me not to think that you're a hoe.
I've heard a quote like, dress how you want to be addressed.
Oh, boo. Okay. No, that's not realistic. Stop it.
Okay.
How the fuck is that not realistic? Bitch, if I went inside a job interview right now, dressed the way I am, then you know that if you hire me, you gotta put your name on your food inside the break room, or else I'm stealing it. You was a stripper before.
Hey,
so
hold
you
on,
try.
y'all pausing right there.
Yeah.
That's true, yo.
That's true. It's,
They,
yeah, 100%.
they dress like a hoe and don't want you. You know what I'm saying? When they go to interviews, they don't dress like how they do on the streets because they want to be. If say if a sister want to be a doctor, she don't go to the hospital to get an interview dressed like a thot.
Right.
She go dressed like she want to be a doctor.
Right.
Because they understand, they not that stupid. They understand that the way you dress says everything about you.
Hey, obviously, you know what the proof of that is? That they know it's wrong. A lot of times when we be at camp, a sister will pull up in the car and we be like, "Hey, sis, get out," and she be like, "Nah, I'm not dressed right." She be like, "I don't have on no clothes."
Yeah,
so that
happens.
show you that when she around certain men, she feel that shame.
Oh,
So
hey, officer, I mean to cut you off. They even know that about the pants. I told, we was up in St. Louis. I said, sister, come on to the camp. She was like, no, I got on pants. You know what I mean? So they know.
They know. Yeah.
They know.
Yeah. Let it play.
Tell me that if you walk inside of a strip club fully clothed, niggas still gonna throw money at you? No! You dressed the part because you wanted to be addressed as a stripper and niggas throw that bread on you. So how can you dress that way in public and expect me not to look at you and be like, yo, the ATM is right around the corner?
If I want to wear a short skirt or a tank top and I'm at the club and I'm having fun with my friends and I feel sexy, I'm not DTF.
So you telling me if you seen a dude on the street wearing some tight ass pants, a little belly shirt, and a Ray-Ban bandana, you ain't gonna think he pre-ordered Young Thug's album? Nah, but you ain't gonna think the nigga gay? I wouldn't even mind you coming to the club in a tank top. That doesn't automatically make you a hoe. What makes you a hoe is the fact that you're gonna wear a see-through tank top with no bra on with your nipple ring showing. That's what makes you a hoe. Alicia Keys empowered women by telling them that she does not want to cover up anymore. And as much as any man like me would have loved for her to have been talking about her body, she was talking about her face, makeup. But y'all bitches are trying to free the nipple. Do y'all see the difference now? That's why you look at a woman like Amber Rose and call her a hoe, and you look at a woman like Alicia Keys and call her a respectable woman. Now, I'm not saying that y'all hoes need to just stop being.
Pause. So all of these are solid points, and the brother, what he's going into is like what we're discussing. You know, you've got the two parts. This is going into those who have completely assimilated into hoism in Babylon the Great.
Right.
You know, they've become the whores of Babylon, right along with the society that they live in.
Right. It's facts.
And accepting it.
Hey, go to Isaiah 60. Go to Isaiah 60 and 2 real quick.
60 and 3?
60 and 2. Isaiah 60 and 2. Just to go along with what the officer is saying and what the brother here is bringing out.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 2. Bring it out! For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
So what Amber Rose was bringing out, trying to free you, that's darkness. She's trying to keep our people in darkness, keep our young sisters in darkness. And all that done covered the earth, especially over here in Babylon the Great. Read.
And gross darkness the people.
But guess what? Our people, the Israelites, the so-called black women, they do worse than Amber Rose, the so-called white folks.
Right.
We do worse than that. We in gross darkness. We got to do extra. We got to be extra with ours.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get the flaming homosexual, he coming out, Lil Nas X. Come on, man. Right. You don't see, what's the gay dude that played the piano? What's with all the...
Which one?
Yeah, we say which one? Yeah, the white dude, the white gay dude. Yeah. Well, anyway, you don't see him coming out all flaming. Yeah. What is it? Elton John. Thank you, bro. Elton John. You don't see him coming out kissing men on stage all like that. With Lil Nas X, he doing all this extra stuff. That's the gross darkness that our people are in. We do extra. That's it. That's all I want to know now.
All right, so look, let's go out of this. We want to touch on, so let's look at it. Where does all of this start? Because biblically, we're reading the scriptures, right? And the scriptures are pointing to this being something that was, beginning to happen way back. But let's look at something closer to us, but not so close, in the last couple of 100 years. This is Sarah Bartman. And if you've never heard of her, you'll be amazed at her story. Sarah Bartman, the over-sexualization of black bodies. So this sister was out of South Africa. And because of the way that she was built, her body was glorified by Edomite men. But in the end, she became just a circus attraction. And for as gross as they try to say that our women are and all this, that, and the third, men were sleeping with her left and right to the point of where she contracted diseases. She contracted syphilis and eventually died. And in the horrific chain of actions that happened, this sister died in 1815, and they just buried her body in 2005. She died in 1815, and they buried her body finally in 2005.
Hey, officer, you know what? Part of the reason, because I was reading about this. I think South Africa they just sent back over some of the remains of her body parts like a couple of years ago. So that show you that just like America did Nat Turner and all them, they held on to her body parts after she was dead.
And by the way, what you're seeing here, her derriere, right, her behind. When you look in the what time period was that? In the time period when they were wearing the white wigs on the head, Parliament and all of that stuff. You had Edomite women who
idolized that.
They idolized her.
Right.
The husbands were lusting after this look, and they created that thing, that wire thing.
That wire dress, right?
Yeah, that women put under the dresses to make them real big, where they tighten the waist. Yeah. Edomite women began to emulate her body.
Wow.
And they created fake wire. I can't think of the name of them. Any of y'all sisters? My wife had one under her wedding dress.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's a metal frame that you use to keep the dress, out. But they exaggerated the back of it to stick it out in the back to look like her behind.
Exactly.
Because it was desirable to men. Yeah.
Over-sexualized her. That's what they did.
Over-sexualized her. So let's see how they're using this today, how this is still happening. Kim Kardashian, not a stranger to controversy, set out to break the internet in 2014 with the photo splattered over the cover of Paper magazine. Renowned French photographer Jean-Paul Goude who took the photograph for the cover, created a sensationalist post that looked oddly similar to a popular photo of Sarah Sargti Bartman.
Corset, is that the word you're looking for?
Corset, that's it. Of course, yes.
Salute to Marva Dempster on YouTube.
All
Appreciate
praises. Appreciate you, sis.
And when they do stuff like this, it's not by coincidence. You know he knew the history. You know he probably seen that picture, so on and so forth.
Yes, because they were involved in this whole thing with her. But we see Kim Kardashian takes it and they recreate this using one of our sisters. They use shame for fame. This is where they were taking it and using it against us. We're being trained that this is the way to go. Because many sisters saw this right here, and I guarantee you, if you look back in 2014, it was probably a lot of women on the internet that tried to do the same thing that Kim Kardashian.
Guarantee you.
Guarantee it.
Let's read a little more on that.
Many thought the photo of Kim balancing a champagne glass on her rear was historic, but a second look at the photo reveals the history of a woman who gained questionable fame that caused her to be poked and prodded as a sexual object in a freak show and in the corners of Europe's high society. Kim patted herself for her gracious talent. And this is
talent in air quotes.
Talent. And they said I didn't have a talent. Try balancing a champagne glass on your ass. Laugh out loud. Break the internet. Paper magazine. So she's making fun of it, making light of it, like it's, you know. But a photo that has been described as lazy sensationalism didn't exactly show the existence of such talent. Sarah Bartman's figure, however, has been a worldwide symbol of racism, colonization, and the objectification of the black body.
And this is what happens when you don't teach history, when you don't understand who you are, and you could care less.
Exactly.
You let stuff like this slide under the radar. You know how many times we done been poked at and prodded at with remember James, what's his name? LeBron James with the gorilla thing. We don't understand that when the scripture says we're a proverb and a byword, we're a mocking to these nations. That's exactly what it means. Because that's exactly what you're looking at. We are a mock, a scourge amongst these nations. So guess what? When these missiles hit, oh, trust me, I pray the Lord that stuff like this comes back to, what's this chick's name? Kim Kardashian. I pray that this stuff like this comes back to their remembrance and they feel the heat from the nuclear missile, every molecule.
That's right.
Because irregardless of, oh, I didn't know it was Sarah Bartman, whatever the case is, you know that who you're mocking. I'm talking about just as a nation, as a race of people. You know that ain't you. And all your little bastard sisters and all that, they all getting implants and doing all this other stuff based on the colonization, racism, and objectification of black bodies. And all these other nations are getting paid big money. Our sisters be on TikTok getting crumbs. Meanwhile, these other nations is on there getting millions of dollars based on the objectification of black bodies, royalties, and everything else.
Exactly.
Hey, officer, something else that you see when you look at the numbers in sex trafficking, black women play a very high role. Like, we at the top of the numbers. So when you see stuff like this, when white men see stuff like this and they want a black woman, you best believe that this plays into those numbers. When you advertise yourself as I got this, white men start saying that like, yo, I want that. So, you know what I'm saying? This has something to do with sex trafficking.
That's exactly what it's going to go into. Scroll down where it says early life real quick. Let's scroll down just a little bit where it says colonization.
Yeah, keep going. It's
the Dutch.
Dutch colonists.
Yeah, right there.
The Dutch colonialists who were looking to expand their territory had come in conflict with Khoisan people, Coco and San Bushman. As a result, she was absorbed into the Dutch labor system around the age of 16.
Sex trafficking, slavery.
Her husband was murdered by the Dutch, and she was sold to a slave trader named Peter William Caesar. As a result of her being held by the Dutch, she was given the name Sarchi, a diminutive for Sarah.
Wow.
That's it. Read the next paragraph, officer, you don't mind. Just the top part. I want to get something out of that.
Caesar took Sarah to Cape Town, where she worked as a domestic slave for Peter and his brother Hendrik. While she was in Cape Town, her looks were considered abnormal, inferior, and exotically sexy by many Europeans.
And that's how them same white folks look at our sisters these days.
Right.
You ought to see them at the beaches when they walk past the sisters. You know what I mean? You ought to see the faces that they make.
How do those words even go together, though? Abnormal, inferior.
I was just about to say that. But exotically sexy.
Right. Hey, you know, Esau, they used to call us animals, but then they were rapers.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey, because they like sleeping with animals.
Right, exactly. Esau.
That's what they liked
nasty,
about it, because it was weird and erotic to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
That turned them on. Yeah, that's it on that. We can go to the next one.
Hey, before we go on, you got to remember, like, they literally was sending her to different countries, different states, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth at cage, you know what I'm saying? The white people can just come and do whatever they wanted to do to her. So when you read stuff with Sarah Barman, you kind of got to let your imagination run a little bit and kind of think about all the stuff they used to do to our sister. Because remember, she died of syphilis.
So yeah, they was doing whatever.
Right.
Whatever to her. Yep. Hottentot Venus.
And so let's go out of this. Now, this is an old movie, and we heard Cap talk about it several times, right? This is in this one bit that we're about to look at, you see the whole dynamic. In this movie, it's called Black Starlet.
Okay.
Is what it's called. And it's about a young woman who grew up in Gary, Indiana, and being from Gary, it wasn't that exciting to her, so she wanted a star life. She wanted to live better, be famous. She wanted to chase the dream, right?
Okay.
And of course, she grew up seeing the dream, so the dream has taken her over. Now she wants to chase it. And here you're gonna see, if you watch the whole movie, y'all can find it online to watch. But if you watch the whole movie, she goes very quickly from an innocent girl who was just chasing a dream to being put in positions where she has to make decisions that change the entire view of who she is and eventually win her over, right? Eventually corrupt her completely. All right, let it play.
So she lost her more than her integrity.
Now, let's talk a little about this project that we're embarked upon.
Hey, real quick. So she's... Again, the movie, is this is into the movie, but she's finally made it to Hollywood, and she is trying to land a role. All right, this is what we call the casting couch. So she thinks that she's landing a decent role, and she goes in and watch what happens. Go ahead.
Now, let's talk a little about this project that we're embarked upon. I see it as more than just a picture. I see it as a statement of the cinematic art. That gentleman there is my father, a great man and a man of considerable taste. He taught me everything I know about art, and I have vowed to build upon his tradition. I've seen you in several roles. You have a certain quality of, how shall I say, sensitivity. That's it, sensitivity.
I'm very pleased that you noticed me.
Well, of course I have. I need an actress with exactly that quality for a very sensitive part. My entire picture depends on it.
I'm very eager to read for it.
And so you shall, my dear. However, before we begin, I must warn you in advance that the picture will require some nudity.
Pause. There's the setup. Here is Satan in the garden talking to Eve saying, surely you won't die. This part just has a little nudity in it. We need this, because you seem like a good girl. I don't know how you feel about that, but hey, it's going to be a great movie. Hey, you're going to be famous. And he's dangling that fruit in front of her, right? He's dangling that in front of her. And right now, he can see that she's biting. Yeah, so let it play.
Bother you?
Not if it's done
Take
in
it back
good
just a
taste.
little bit again so you... Yeah.
Require some nudity. Does that bother you?
Not if it's done in good taste.
Hey, pause it. You hear what her answer is?
Yeah.
How can you being naked in front of a million people be done in good taste?
Right.
It's the simpleness of our sisters. I'll twerk on TV long as it promotes women's liberty.
Right.
What the hell? That makes no damn sense.
None.
That's it.
Of course, naturally, absolutely. I wouldn't dream of some of the trash people are making nowadays. However, but I'm sorry, but because of the nude scene, I will have to, how should I say?
You mean you have to see my body?
I'm afraid so.
So pause right there. Pause, because here's a point that I want to make in this. So, like the scripture that was brought out earlier in Sirach, right? If she had a father that from the beginning had taught her that, hey, your body is very precious. Nobody gets to see your body except for your husband, right? Nobody gets to see your body, little sister. So that way a man is not able to entice you, into doing something for the sake of money, for dollars. And if she was married, if she had a husband at a young age, then she would understand that she can't show it to another man because her body does not belong to her. It belongs to her husband. You know what I mean? But because these things have not been laid out consistently and made clear that these are commandments of God, then our sisters are being tricked, out of their innocence in ways like this because they're seeing or being told that there is an immediate reward for what they're doing.
What you're saying is basically the scripture where it says, where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled.
Yes.
Women are not built to be by themselves like that because
Right.
when they are, they make decisions like this.
Right.
Right. So when you're going into an interview like that, hey, it's just like T.I. wanted to take. He said, "I go with my daughter to go see the doctor to have her check up." You know what I mean?
Right.
She should have had her dad there with her, or her husband there, or her brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? Somebody with some integrity and morals. Even though she probably wanted the role so bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, sis. On our way home, hey, sis, listen. You know that wasn't no good. How this gonna look when you go tell mama, grandma, see you on TV butt naked?
Right.
You know, they ain't gonna look right. Because back then we had a little standards about ourselves.
Right.
Now all that is out the window.
Right.
Go ahead, though.
Now, they're not going to show any nudity, so, as far as her coming out of.
Because what year was that?
This was 70.
Say 74.
74?
74,
Yeah.
okay. Now it's 2001. They showing it now.
Oh, they showing it now. Yeah, right now.
They showing all of it now.
Yeah.
The land them failed to hoard them.
Right.
Go ahead.
Look at him. Damn pervert.
Yeah, that's Harvey Weinstein of the 70s.
Oh, that's lovely. I hate to ask you this, but if you knew all the lying little girls who come in here all makeup and padding, That's very nice. Would you read the part? I've marked the lines about halfway down the page. This is the Puritan era, a time of great repression. This girl is breaking out of her inhibitions, and in the climactic scene, she begs her lover to take her. Do you understand?
Pause real quick.
Hey, you know what, officers? She ain't even gonna get the part, man. He just wanted to look at it. She ain't even gonna get the part. He's gonna get it to somebody else. He just wanted to, oh my goodness. And you know what else, officer? If she did it that time, she'll do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, how do I say this? Because I'm not trying to justify what the sister clearly just got naked, in the man's office, right? But you can see in her demeanor that she understands that she's weighing it based on the job. What is the gift that I'm going to get for what I'm about to do. And if it's just showing a little bit of my body to get that check, I'll do it. It rolls into that point of desperation that Willie Lynch created for our sisters in America, right? Where you take the man out of the picture and you leave her there defenseless, and she now begins to make decisions that she was never built to make for herself. She was never designed to make this decision because she's doing it for the paycheck. She wants to she's going to please him in this small way in order to receive a big reward in her mind. She's not even looking at the game. And the innocence that you see in it is because as soon as he said, here's the role I want you to read, she picked up her shirt and her bottom
right back up
to cover herself back up as much as she could, and she's now reading the role, trying to do her best to get the job.
But that's the point that you just mentioned. Remove the hedge, spoil the possession.
Yes.
And in turn, you remove the hedge, spoil the possession, not just the woman, but the children that she's going to raise. God forbid she has a child out of wedlock. And I'm not saying this, I don't know this is from Adam, but God forbid she has a child out of wedlock. The same standard that she has right now is the same standard that she's going to instill in the kids.
Right.
Oh, God.
Right.
Go ahead. Was that it?
No. Go ahead.
Don't be shy. Please. Take me. I'm yours. Oh, I love your touch. The way you hold me. Your hands on my breasts. So gentle.
Hey, that ain't even the real script. He just made that up for his perverted self.
He
Man, that's
made it up
Harvey
for his
Weinstein,
perverted self.
uncle. Kevin
Right.
Weinstein.
Right. Hey, go forward just about 10
Me to mic
seconds
some
because
freaks, man.
yeah, we can. Yeah, look at his face. You already see what's happening.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah, you see what's happening, right? Go forward a few more seconds, about 10 more seconds. She realizes, go back just a little bit. Right here, she realizes that he pulled a Harvey Weinstein. He Harvey Weinsteined her, bro, and that's what she realized. So at this point, she's now completely destroyed mentally. Hollywood has destroyed her innocence, and she's now going to storm out. All right, let it play.
You That jive bastard never made a movie in his life. Carl, the office.
Probably there are a lot of kinky people in this town.
And you got the devil there trying to convince her. Hey, it's a lot of
kinky people in this town.
Right. Just deal
Get
with
over it.
Right. Let it play.
Weirdo. Sucker. Hunter. I had all up to here. Getting out while there's still something left of me.
Carla, don't sell yourself short.
I'm tired of selling myself at all. I'm leaving. Why have to wind up prison camp again?
You're just feeling sorry for yourself.
You're goddamn right I am. Nobody else does.
Please, Clara, listen.
Carla! Oh, shit. I don't even know who I am myself anymore.
Pause right there. The weight of Babylon now has wore her down to where now she is admitting she has lost her identity. She said, I don't even know who I am anymore. And the struggle is real within her because she's saying, I need to leave. I need to get out of here. And then she says, I don't even know who I am no more. Because of the stuff that she did in the process. You got to see the movie. In the process of the movie, the things that she did is like, yo, completely different. This is over-sexualization at the finest.
Hey, can we get Psalms 119 and verse 36? Because what you got to do is get to the root of the problem. And I ain't seen the movie, but just from the clip. The root of the problem is covetousness. That's where it all stemmed from. Because like you said, she grew up in a small town. She seen something on the TV and she wanted it. That's covetousness. Right. Can we get that?
What scripture you want?
119, Psalms 119, 36.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 36.
Read it out. So this is a prayer of David. Read.
Incline my heart unto thy testimonies, and not to covetousness.
So that's what we should all be praying for, because any of us at any time can fall victim to this spirit of covetousness. You know what I'm saying? But read on.
Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity.
That's what she was. She see all the things that white people got on the TV, and she wants that vanity. That's what she wants.
Right.
So that's why she was in that position. But read on.
And quicken thou me in thy way.
So let me repent and incline my heart to the Lord's testimony instead of what I see Amber Rose doing on the damn TV.
Right.
Instead of what I see Cardi B doing on the TV, because the reason a lot of our sisters fall victim to the situation is because they put the sisters on TV like Cardi B and they show them in their mansions. They show them with all their cars living a rock star life.
Right.
And then they fall covetous to that. And now, next thing you know, we got a 1,000 hoes in Harvey Weinstein office showing their titties.
Right.
They want to be an extra in a movie.
Wanting to be in the industry.
Right.
Right.
You know, and you mentioned she what she said, she lost her way, or she
doesn't even know who she is.
She doesn't know who she is. You couple of people that have been stripped of their identity and have not known who they were for generations, you can see how easy it is to fall victim to basic stuff like walking into a stranger's office, showing everything you got, reading a script, and then he's saying, I got you.
Right.
Got my look. Got my peak, though.
Right.
It's easy. Go to Deuteronomy 28. You know what I want? Proverb and the byword.
Yes, sir.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
So God said the children of Israel would become an astonishment, whether it be our bodies being shipped around country to country to country inside of a cage, looked at as a human zoo exhibit, read.
A proverb and a byword.
A proverb and a byword. They ain't nothing but thoughts, hoes, jump offs anyway. They ain't nothing but throat goats. They got to get it how they live. They for the streets. All this BS.
Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
God said amongst all nations. So we're not just talking about Babylon the Great, whether it be here in America, whether it be South Africa or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
God said, yeah, y'all want these little roles and these little parts in movies and all this other stuff. Y'all going to be throat goats now. That's what y'all going to be known for.
And you know what's crazy also, what you see when you look at this clip is you see the different levels of that thought mentality. You got your basic street thoughts, the ones that you see in Walmart. Then you got the ones that say, oh, I got money because I got the, what's it called, the OnlyFans. Then you got the ones that's trying to rap. Then you got the big rappers like Cardi B. Then you got the movies. But what you see is all of our sisters fall victim to that same spirit. Mm-hmm. No matter how rich you is or how of a low of a state you are. It's the same spirit that our sisters keep falling victim to.
Yep.
Whether it's money, whether it's a job that they want, or whether it's a position in politics, you never know. You might can be the first woman vice president. You never know.
Right. Hey, give me Wisdom of Solomon 13:3, because what Officer was bringing out, that astonishment is that this would be the daughters of Sarah, that this would be, the princesses of the Most High God, because the princesses of the Most High God should have one mentality about themselves, right? Read that.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 3. Read out! With whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods. Mm-hmm. Let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty have created them.
And if they understood that the first author of beauty had created them, that their bodies are really that precious, that, that they are being used by the Most High as a vessel to bring prophets into the earth. Right. There is no free peek at what I have. If she knew that, then she would not be an astonishment to the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. But they don't realize this. All right, let it roll. So now she heads outside, right? She just went through all the turmoil. Again, the spirit is fighting the flesh. The spirit is fighting the flesh, right? The spirit is saying, leave. This is no longer good for you. This is not healthy. What's the flesh saying? But you want to be a star. You said this is what you wanted. Mm-hmm. Hey, look, I'm extra fit with a beautiful tone on you. Your hair is draped, and look, you said you want to be a star, right? That's what the flesh is saying to her. And that's the moment that she's about to have. Go ahead.
method's not for prices you gotta pay. You just gotta stick with it.
But what about the rest?
Damn the rest.
Hear the voices in the head? Counsel of herself? Go ahead.
We all have to pay our dues. Buy you a drink?
For you.
Just a joke. Maybe a good friend.
Damn, it used to take y'all a long time to call somebody Officer Shamar.
He gonna say me. He gonna say me. That's all right, though. When we got on the phone, we stayed till you hang up. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
The hell is this?
Those were the days.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play it. Play it.
Briscoe, it's Carla. Get me a job. I'll do anything, but no more shit.
And right there,
She said, I'll do anything, man.
just give me a job.
Somebody had posted that reminded them of Holly Berry and Monster Ball. Same type of vibe.
Yeah, this actress, her name was Juanita Brown.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, she's actually somebody that when Hallie came along, I read about this. When Hallie came along, they actually were comparing her to this sister here.
Okay.
Yeah, and it seems like they had a similar walk in the industry, kind of the same type of struggles.
Yeah, I didn't catch who posted it, but they had mentioned Holly Berry.
Okay, yeah. But right there we see that she was given over to the flesh. She lost the battle. You know what I mean? She lost the battle. She gave in to the flesh.
Right. Hey, real quick, go back to the video with the sister in the movie. Don't play it. Just pull it up. I want to point out something real quick. Because we showing, just rewind. Yeah, just one where you can see the sister. Anywhere, it don't matter.
The devil was sitting there waiting.
But look at the sister. Look at her hair.
Mm-hmm.
She had already started assimilating a little bit before she got to the office because she knew if she went in there with that afro, she wasn't getting that part. Right. So you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's different levels of our women wanting to be accepted by the devil's society. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's why Officer had brought out earlier, envy not the oppressor and choose none of their ways. So that's how Harvey Weinstein, he already knew he can get her because he saw it on her.
Right.
A woman or a man may be known by their looks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can look at it and tell, okay, I can pull one on her.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did.
Well, here's another couple of things if we can point them out. Hey, this frame, go back to the frame just before this. So go a couple of seconds back. A little more, right there. Now, here is exactly what Officer Shemaiah is saying. First, the scriptures tell our women to dress modestly. My wife, my daughter, the sisters around me are gonna wear skirts and dresses that are down to at least the calf muscle, bare minimum, below. And really to the ankle, because that's covering whatever she has on her. This dress, look at the split in the front of that. First, it's in the split in the front of the skirt. So you're looking at her thigh. God said in the scripture that he was going to uncover her thigh and show, what did he say? Show her shame or uncover her shame. So right here, if you walk into an office building, this is for you sisters watching that think that the way that she's dressed is okay. If you walk into an office building for an interview or anything else, and this is what you're wearing, Harvey Weinstein already knows what you are.
Right. You gonna get the job. I'm not telling, but you ain't gonna get the job because your qualifications. You gonna get the job, and you probably gonna get another job.
Right. Or be given a job.
Or be given a job.
Right.
You'll be given a job.
Right.
For all you throat goats.
Throat goats.
And you should have a slip. See, back in '74, she should have had a slip.
She had a
up
slip
under
on. Yeah. She'd had a slip on.
She had
for
a
sure.
slip up under there.
Yeah.
But she knew where she was going, so she was dressing for the part.
She was dressing for the
She had
part.
to dress for the part.
Right.
She was going to a firefighter interview. She wouldn't have had that on.
No, she wouldn't have had that.
Right.
Go to Sirach 19 and 30.
The book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 30. A man's attire and excessive laughter and gait show what he is.
So that dude, before she took anything off, before he said a word to her, he already knew, oh, I got me one.
Right.
I got me one. Because if she'll walk in this office like that, oh, I know I got me a good one.
Facts. She ready.
She ready.
Yeah, she ready.
She gonna do what she needs. She gonna do what she gotta do.
Yep.
Right.
For 15 minutes of fame.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Why? Because a man's attire shows what you are. It shows what you are.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And she couldn't be naive to the fact. She know what goes on trying to make it in Hollywood. You know what I mean? So she probably playing the innocent role, but she heard what goes on to get these parts.
Right.
So today, the same thing applies today.
Right.
That's why you got the Me Too movement took place.
Right. Right.
Right. Hey, this is the same thing that our sisters be doing on TikTok. Because you got to ask yourself, when you see sisters posting these twerk videos on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, the reason they doing this is because they want to get fame or followers or some type of clout. Same thing that this sister was doing is literally no difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Over sexualization. That's why you got Megan Thee Stallions and Cardi B's and Little Kims and Nicki Minaj's, because that's what sells. That's what America, Babylon the Great. That's how they got it. Got our sisters being over sexualized for that covetous spirit, for that money, for that bag.
Right.
For the bag. Yep.
For the bag. But you know what they're able to play on, though, man? And a lot of sisters don't want to admit this, but I'm going to say it. Vanity, vanity, vanity. Women are very vain in spirit. Therefore, they have to look the best, smell the best. I got to outdress her. My hair got to be laid this way, that way. I got to show out wherever I go. And the reality is you should only be concerned with how beautiful are you to your husband.
Right.
If he's not tripping off of the nails and the hair this way and that way and blah, 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 and 9 times out of 10, in his spirit, it ain't because he's jealous that some other man is going to look at you. Nah, man loves a beautiful woman, but he knows what limit or what level you need to go to keep him turned on that evening, but not to turn somebody else on too much so that he don't end up in a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
But sisters don't give a damn about what we think when it comes to how they dress. They don't give a damn. They be dressing for each other.
Right.
One up in each other and all the stuff. So they don't give a damn what we got. Anyway,
exactly right,
moving on.
Yes, sir. 100. What?
Oh,
Hey, that's for real.
Man.
Go give me 2 Timothy 3. This is that vanity. Verse 6. So, you know, the man that was in that office, right? This is what sisters are going to attract when they're dressing like that, when they're not taking heed to falling prey to the over-sexualization of their bodies in Babylon the Great. Start at verse 2.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
They're not going to love you, sis. They're going to love their own selves. They're going to be selfish as hell. Read.
Covetous. Boasters. Proud. Blasphemers. Disobedient to parents. Unthankful, unholy.
They unholy. They don't have no connection with God. They have not separated themselves from anything. In fact, they're going to indulge in everything with you.
Right.
Read.
Without natural affection.
Without natural affection.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Truce breakers. False accusers. Incontinent.
No control. These brothers are going to have no control. Read.
Fierce. Despisers of those that are good.
And they're going to look for a good girl. They're going to look for a girl that's nice and innocent, who's coming into the city. She knows that she's pretty, and she just want to make some money. Right. She just wants a job. Go ahead.
Traitors. Heady. High-minded. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
And these are going to be men that love pleasure more than they love God. Read.
Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away.
So, sis, you're being warned to turn away from these type of men. How do you avoid attracting them? By dressing modestly, by carrying yourself like a Proverbs 31 woman in training at least. Having a mind of listening to what your daddy told you when you were little to protect yourself a little bit when you're not in his presence. Right. But what type of women are the ones that don't take heed to this? Go ahead.
For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women.
What type of women get caught up?
Silly women.
Silly women. Why is she silly? Because she is simple as hell in the mind, thinking that being beautiful is the best way to get a job.
Right.
Half naked is the best
Yes.
way.
When you use your beauty and your booty to get that job, you're gonna get played, and this is gonna be what you're gonna deal with. Go ahead.
And lead captive silly women laden with sin.
Because she's already full of sins. She hasn't given herself completely over to them, but right here, this sister wrestled. Now she's laden with diverse sins.
Right.
Go ahead.
Led away with diverse lust.
And she's led away with her diverse lust. How is that? She gets on the phone and says, hey, Briscoe, I just need a job. I'll do whatever. Make it happen. Now she's saying she'll just do whatever. And so the end of the thing was she ended up getting a role or being talked into do a role, but the producer told her, hey, in order to get this role, you've got to sleep with the producer of the movie.
And then like 30 of them walked in.
Right. She goes, she sleeps with the producer of the movie.
Yeah.
She gets up, she's ready to get out of bed. She says, hey. He says, hey, where are you going? She's like, well, I did what you told me to do to get the role. He says, no, but I'm not the only producer. Jeez, and then they shoot to a scene outside of the room, and it's a hallway full of dudes in lines. They're all producers of the damn film. Damn. So she got to lay with everybody.
And I bet, because that's how the movie ended, right?
Yeah.
And I bet she still didn't even get the damn role.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She got rolled, but she didn't get the role.
That's Sarah Bachman almost in a nutshell.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so what we got here, Kirill?
This went into where we was going there earlier, so it's kind of backtracking.
Well, nah, not really. Not really, because she didn't have care. She didn't have a man to teach her about the care.
Right.
She didn't have a man to guide her, which is how she ended up in that position, right?
Right. No. So this the one with T.I., I believe. This the one with T.I. and the chicks.
Right, right. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Still upload. We got a problem uploading.
So if anybody remember, it happened a couple months ago, or maybe almost a year ago, what they did to T.I. when he went to go get his when he went to the gynecologist with his daughter.
Oh yeah.
They tried to shame him the same way that they tried to do Kevin Hart.
Right.
So what our people got to do is learn to see the theme. You know what I'm saying? See the tactics that our enemies are using with us. Right. One of the first steps they got to take to over-sexualize the women is to make sure that the daddy is not there to let it happen. Right. Or to shut the daddy to hell, just shut him completely up.
Right. Right. Is this, we having some different...
We got to start.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
By saying, what the hell is going on with T.I.? Because he apparently went on Red Table Talk
She ought to be ashamed of her
back.
damn self, man. That's gray hair?
Hell no, I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, because the roots are still black. I mean...
Hey, that shit look nasty. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we know that at this point she should be gray as hell, but her roots are black. So that means this is
Come
colored.
on now, dog.
That look nasty.
Now watch this. Run that back just a little bit. I hope it don't. Yeah, run it back.
Say, what the hell is going on with T.I.?
And you see how everybody clap?
Right.
You see that? Hey, go to 1 Esdras 5 and 73. Just want to bring this out real quick. Because this the influence that goes on in our community. The Bible no longer influences our people. It's television. It's programming. And it's a lot of Edomites in there clapping, but it's a lot of sisters in there clapping too.
The book of 1 Esdras, chapter 5 and verse 73. And by their secret plots.
Because television, whether you know it or not, is a secret plot. That is crafty programming to our people. That's why they never put us on television. That's why you'll never see Bishop Nathaniel or Bishop Kanai or Bishop Yabasab on CNN or Fox News.
Right.
They'll have somebody that's not equipped in the Bible to go up there and defend our history book.
Right.
But nevertheless, go ahead.
And by their secret plots.
By their secret plots.
And popular persuasion.
And that's what television does. Persuades our people. That's the popular persuasion. So they say, their idea, though, if they can convince everybody else to go against what T.I. is doing, you know what I mean, that changed the narrative. If you understand what I'm saying, right? Because we know that what T.I. is doing is what a man is supposed to do.
Right.
But since this is a woman's show and it's their view, they get to put it all across America's broadcasting system.
Yeah.
Hey, officer, but I'm almost willing to go out on a limb and bet they don't choose the topics that they touch on at their show. They got executive producers.
It's Amalek.
Yeah, it's Amalek to tell them what they got to talk about.
Viacom.
Absolutely.
Let it play.
Because he apparently went on Red Table Talk to walk back his claim that he's been taking his daughter to the doctor yearly virginity checks since she was 15 years old. Take a look.
Yes. I'm being criticized because I'm willing to go above and beyond to protect mine.
Right.
And I'm talking about all of the little slimy, grimy, chubby-fingered little boys who want to just come and defile and destroy the sanctity.
Right.
I think all of this surrounds it.
Pause it. He said he's trying to protect his daughter from getting defiled. That's exactly what we read in Sirach 42.
Right.
That's exactly what we read. The Lord told us to protect our daughters so they won't be defiled.
Right.
So here it is. Because you know what the problem is? For so long, they've put the image out there that the black man don't take care of his kids. That, you know what I'm saying? They've tried to put that stereotype and push that narrative. Now you got a black man in the media saying, nah, I'm making sure my daughter ain't no hoe out here.
Right.
And they saying, oh, nigga, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? They paint them in a negative light.
And some of these women that's going along with this stuff and not going along with T.I. was some of the same women that grew up without a father. And if they did grow up with their father, he was a simp.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hey, let me read that scripture because this is what Officer brought out, and it uses the exact word he just used. The book of Sirach 42:10. In her virginity, lest she be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. It says the exact same thing.
So he's trying to apply the scripture.
Right.
Without knowing it, he's trying to apply it.
Right.
But look at the look on his wife's face. I don't know if she's agreeing with this.
She don't. But let it play. We only got a couple minutes.
Okay.
Defile and destroy the sanctity. I think all of this surrounds a conversation that I was having in a very joking manner when asked, how do I deal with parenting in this day and age? And so I just began to, you know, from a place of truth, I began to embellish and exaggerate. And I think that a lot of people kind of like took it extremely literal.
So is...
What do you mean when he say he think people took it extremely literal? Because he said he go to the gynecologist with his daughter. People try to make it seem like, yeah, when she's getting a check, I'm sitting in a room watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not what he was saying.
Right.
And even the people that did understand what he was saying, they still try to make it like, oh, yo, you got your daughter in a cage because you're not letting her have sex with every... I don't know. What's the old expression y'all use?
Tom, Dick, and Harry.
There you go. I knew it was one.
All praises.
But that's the point. You get dragged. Get that Isaiah 5:20, because that's the point. Either way, especially for black men, we gonna get drugged one way or the other. We doing right, you drag us. We doing wrong, of course you drag us for that. But damn, I don't want my daughter to be a hoe, and sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's gonna defile her and have his grubby, thick little fingers, chubby little fingers on her. I'm trying to avoid that.
Right.
Because if she's pregnant at 15 years old, y'all gonna look at me sideways.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Read it. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
So God said, woe means destruction. God said destruction got to come to this place. For what? For those that, to them that what?
That call evil good and good evil.
That call evil good and good evil. Let me go and make sure my daughter's still a virgin. How we used to do it was we would have the tokens of virginity.
Right. Yep. Right.
That would be the proof.
Right.
Now he's saying, okay, I'm gonna go to the gynecologist, make sure my daughter's good. And y'all say, let me start off the show by saying, what the hell going on with T.I.? What the hell wrong with T.I.?
That was the first word she said.
And of course they got whoopee because they know she the
feminism.
Right.
On the almost on the face of the friggin' planet.
Right.
At least in Babylon the Great.
Right.
Was that it?
No, sir. That put darkness for light and light for darkness.
That put darkness for light and light for darkness have turned the world completely upside down. To now walking around and being a hoe and dressing like a hoe and talking like a hoe and walking like a hoe, you're slut shaming me.
Right.
That's calling evil good.
Right.
Now, don't slut shame me. I got raped. You were walking around like a hoe. You had a better shot of not if you were not dressed like a stripper.
Right.
And in the back of a van popping mollies with some dude you don't know.
Right.
You at the house party with a bunch of niggas, and then you wonder, So anyway,
Right. Or you on TikTok, now you at
you on
Walmart.
TikTok twerking. Now that's what everybody know you for. Then you get thrown in the back of a van somewhere because they want to see you make it clap again. Come on now.
Man,
Y'all can't be slow, man.
Bring it
Oh,
out.
come on. See where he went with that. Okay, that's what I'm. There you go. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But that's the point right there. What Officer just brought out.
Yeah.
So, sisters, I pray y'all get a clue, because in these last days, it ain't gonna do nothing but get worse.
Right.
It's only downhill from here. So, Lord's will, y'all take the scriptures, y'all apply the scriptures. If you on the fence at this point, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to kick you on the on the right side. But if not, guess what? You're gonna die here in America. When Christ returns, you're going to be judged for being a hoe.
That's right.
We're gonna end it on this. Get Zephaniah 2. No, what is it? Y'all know what I want. 1 and 8. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 8.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children.
You read real fast.
Yes, sir, my bad.
Slow down just a little bit.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day
God said, it shall come to pass. Not it might, not it probably will. God said it shall come to pass.
In the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
And I can tell a lot of sisters, the way you dress, the way you conduct yourself, you really don't believe that it shall come to pass.
Right.
But whatever, because a lot of times these be black words on white pages, and y'all don't think it's nothing more than that. But God is saying, just like Deuteronomy 28 and 68 came to pass, what we're getting ready to read shall come to pass. Read.
That I will punish the princes.
God said, I'm going to punish, I'm going to judge the princes.
And the king's children. And all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
He said, and all such as are clothed in strange apparel.
That's right.
Strange attire. Walking around in spandex and booty shorts and boy shorts and all this other stuff that's supposed to be undergarments. That's supposed to go up under your dress. God said you're going to get judged for that.
That's right.
You're going to get punished for that. Because that is not the attire of a righteous Israelite woman. And guess what? Because you don't understand that a part of your history, your heritage, your culture is not BET. Your culture is not MTV or VH1.
Right.
Your culture is not TikTok videos.
Right.
Your culture is not being a twerk queen. Your culture, that's not your culture. Your culture is a dress that shows your modesty, that shows that you are a strange people. You're not strange because you got a big butt and a smile.
Right.
You're strange because you're covered up. You're strange because you're married in 2021, which is an astonishment in and of itself amongst black people.
Bring it out.
Because we don't know to be nothing more than baby mamas and baby daddies. That's strange to the other nations. That's strange to your own people to be married in 2021.
Right.
So guess what? What we doing in Israel United in Christ, what we're doing in IUIC Dallas, what we're doing on Inner Scripts Reloaded, we are raising the standard back up.
That's
right. The standard is the laws of God. We're raising the standard back up.
That's right.
We're showing you your true heritage, your true history, your true culture according to the Bible. All right? So you must repent, keep God's commandments. That's it. You got anything?
Hey, I'm gonna say one last quick thing for the sisters. The see-through tank top and the booty shorts might only look good for the next couple of years, but you can look beautiful in the dress forever.
But that's right.
How old you
That's
get.
right. That don't never get old.
Boy, the young man said something right there. Look at that youngster.
Hey, man.
All right.
Trying to make Uncle Papa proud over there.
Uncle Papa. All praises to the Most High. Officer, y'all got anything?
No, sir.
All praise to the Most High. Well, make sure y'all follow us on all social media. Facebook at In the Scripts Reloaded, YouTube at In the Scripts Reloaded, Instagram at Dallas IUIC, Twitter at IUIC Dallas, and TikTok at IUIC Dallas. Y'all must repent, keep God's commandments and the faith of his son, Jesus the Christ. And with that, we say, Shalom.
You are listening to In the Scripts. Reloaded.